Before we get into this, I just want to give a huge thank you to all of you who have been watching and supporting the podcast. We really appreciate it more than you guys know. Um, the last few weeks have been really good for us. We have a surprise for everybody who's going to Knoxville. If you see both me or John, come up to us and ask us for a V-Star marker. We have the Lost Zone podcast V-Star markers for you guys if you guys want one. If not, just come say hi. We really appreciate everything you guys are doing, and we can't wait to continue to upload and share these videos with the awesome community that we're surrounded in. Thank you so much. We love you guys. Enjoy the episode. Hello, and welcome back to the Lost Zone podcast. Today, I am here with John Wangard, as always, but we have a special guest today. Introduce yourself, Regan.
I'm Regan Retzloff, and I got second at OCIC.
What a way to start.
What a great way to start this episode.
Little flex.
As most of you have probably seen, OCIC has just passed, and there is a lot to talk about. Mostly Regan getting second, but there are a few decks that we will go over later in the episode. But I'm going to allow Regan to run through his matchups, talk about what has gone on in the 3-day journey of Australia with the kangaroos and the spiders and everything else that's dangerous there. But Regan, you have the floor. Go ahead.
All right, yeah. So we decided to run Lugia again. Same as Orlando, but we thought Palkia might see a little rise in play since Palkia is pretty common in Australia. We thought. So we just played the same 59 as Orlando, cut the Dunsparce for a Birdkeeper, and called it. And it ended up working out pretty well for me because round 2 I hit Palkia, round 3 I hit Palkia, and so it ended up working out pretty well for me. I only really needed Dunsparce in my top 8 matches, and pretty much all 3 Dunsparce was pretty good in. But yeah, I was able to still win most of them, and then I ended up throwing finals. So it was definitely rough.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that escape rope style in play for a second?
Yeah. So when he played the first escape rope, I was thinking, I was like, oh, that's game. I just win, it's either he benches, since I know he doesn't have net in hand, and he only has 1 bench spot, it's either going to be a Manaphy or something to one-shot, so I win either way. And so he roped the first time I threw up Lugia, and then the second time I was thinking, I was like, wait, if I promote Fish, it's game anyway, and then I threw up Stoutland. I still don't really know why. I don't know why I promoted it, and then I just hoped he missed boss, which he didn't. Definitely my worst play ever on stream. It was pretty bad. But yeah, then game 2, I was in a pretty good spot, and I just couldn't hit an energy to save my life off Marnie. That was rough.
Yeah, I saw that.
Or $5,000 will help you ease that pain a bit.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, for sure. You were saying that you hit 2 Palkia. Is overall is 1 Birdkeeper enough to beat the Palkia matchup, or is it still sketchy with the one keeper?
Yes. So you can definitely lose. It's definitely losable with 1 keeper, but usually you're able to Luminion into 1 prizers like Manaphy and Punkaboo. So that's your main strategy, is to just go Luminion loop into 1 prizers to make them have boss and Articuno attack. And then when they do that, then you just use your Birdkeeper, kill the Articuno, and usually they can only go boss Kuno 1 time in the set. So then usually you can just win out with the 1 prize strategy. And if you play Wash, then it's really a guaranteed win, just because you're basically playing 2 Birdkeeper. But we didn't like Wash. We like the extra special energy for Raikou, just so you can Raikou and Yveltal in the same game. But yeah, we thought it was good enough, and it turned out to be good enough. Because Palkia also can just break off Marnie, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not the most consistent deck after turn 1. So that's what we kept on finding, and yeah, it ended up working out pretty well.
A lot of the time, you don't even have to make it to turn 2 playing against Palkia. A lot of the time, they just start like Sobble or Ninja and pass. So
yeah, it's so bricky, dude.
It's so bricky. It amazes me that people are still able to play it in the current day.
Bro,
but
Ian knows what to do.
Yeah, he does.
Exactly. Yeah. I hit Ian at Orlando with no Birdkeeper, and he double bricked.
He double bricked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. Were there any notable matchups, obviously, other than finals and you playing against Rahul in top 4? Were there any notable matchups that you want to talk about? Anything that was overall throughout the day surprising or exciting for you to be able to beat?
Yeah, so I ended up actually starting 6-0 at Australia, and then I hit one of the Japanese players playing Lugia, Yveltal,
Mhm.
Roxanne, Pat, yeah, that deck. And he ended up winning game 1, so I thought I had game. He had a Roxanne in discard, so I preemptively used Luminion since I thought he would play Path and stacked a Serena on top with 2 prizes left, thinking that was guaranteed game. He had a Lugia with 200 on bench, so I was going to kill the active, go to 2 prize cards, and then just have a guaranteed Serena. And he ended up throwing down a second Roxanne. And that's what actually won him game 1 because I then drew 2 Aurora energies and ran out of attackers. But yeah, so that definitely caught me by surprise. And then game 2, I just bricked. But that was definitely an interesting match. They use the Veltal usually after your first Lugia attack, so you can't one shot any of the Lugias at that point. And then they just try to like play slow, like they try to slowly work you, run you out of energies, and then just constantly disrupt you with Roxanne paths.
Yeah, that was really cool. It's not very often you see Lugia decks run Path. I mean, and when they do, it's normally paired with like Regigigas.
Well,
Yeah.
But
it's a shame the one stream match it was on. It, it
it
was
lost.
against the
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fusion
it
Mew
was
player.
against Fusion Mew.
Yeah, it was against the Fusion Mew player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There definitely was a lot of cool stuff at that event, at least featured on stream. And Azul obviously winning with the Lost Box Sky Seal Stone deck. I don't know how fit that deck is going forward. I think it's good, obviously, but it takes a pretty high skill cap to play any Lost Box deck in general. So, but I think maybe the Sky Sealstone does decrease the skill cap just a little bit because you kind of just have to take 2 prizes and then throw up take 3 prizes, throw up a Raikou against Lugia, take 3 more prizes. Like overall, I think that list is probably out of all the different lists that Azul has played to events, that is probably the lowest skill cap version of Lost Box that he has played.
I mean, yeah, but it's more efficient.
It
so
definitely is more
works, so
efficient.
it's-
Yeah, I definitely think it is more efficient. But it's cool to see somebody stick with a deck and continue to play the same thing over and over again, like you, Reagan, or the other players that are stuck playing Lugia endlessly until they die. But for sure, for sure. I think that out of OCIC there was 4 Lugias in top 8, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, and
Yeah.
three of them ended up losing, I believe, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were
Agreed.
Let me actually let me pull
They were
it up.
talking about that on stream of like, don't tell Reagan, don't put any pressure on this man, but he's the only Lugia left in the tournament. He's
Yeah.
gotta win it, bro.
Yeah, I know Rahul donked one actually. In
Yeah.
top 8, he had one attack kill on
Yeah, he hit the
yeah, against Yurko, yeah.
yeah, against
Yeah.
Yurko. Yeah, there was Raul playing Gigas. There was the Mew in 3rd place.
Owen, yeah, and
Yeah.
then we had Pedro, and
Yeah. We had
Yeah, Pedro and Azul kind of played the same deck in a way.
yeah, I think Pedro played Zam, but yeah.
Yeah, different lists, but they both played the stone. And,
Did,
They're both aiming for Raikou Sealstone or like
Yeah.
Zeraora Seal. Yeah.
yeah,
Did,
Dragon Knight, whatever.
Did Azul run No, he didn't even run Raikou V.
He ran Zeraora.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
and he-
played a Dragon Knight with it.
Oh yeah, because Dragon
Dragon
Knight
Knight,
can just
yeah.
one shot anything for 3 prizes.
Dragon Knight does the same thing with the belt.
But
you
it
know?
probably does it better actually in other matchups too.
Well, yeah, it's not just like a Lugia attack. You can
The
use him versus Reggie's and Lost Box.
Yeah, I think he was also scared of Dunsparce, which is why he didn't play Raikou. Because we had Dunsparce on our list every tournament, other than this one.
yeah, did it affect anything other than your top 8 matches overall?
It kind of. So I ended up hitting Tord, and he was playing Lugia Pikachu.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it definitely affected that matchup. But I was still able to just win game 1, and we ended up tying because we had 4 minutes going into game 3. So no, not even close. But yeah, he ended up not being able to win game 1 because he played 3 powerful and 1 was prized.
Oh,
So he couldn't take a knockout.
that's
Yeah, he
What
3
the hell?
powerful and Lugia.
All right.
So
Pretty whack.
yeah, that's pretty whack. So last episode we talked about our predictions for OCIC, and we were kind of wrong. We both me and John agreed that we thought that there would probably be either a Vikavolt or a Palkia in top 8.
There was a Vikavolt in top 16.
There is a Vikavolt in top 16. It did get
But
16th place.
Palkia got demolished, bro.
Yeah, that was the Palkia player that drew the prize from the deck, right?
Oh,
Cameron?
that was Vikavolt.
Vikavolt. Yeah, Vikavolt. That's what it
That was Vikavolt. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
against Azul. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that
did
was
that twice.
That was a rough game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. But overall, the meta seems to kind of just be the same, just like different variations of the same decks changed over. But why do you think that neither Vikavolt or Palkia made top 8? Because there are, I think, only one of the Lugias that were in top 8 ran Dunsparce, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, not this.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that the most of the Vikavolts just couldn't get to top tables because a lot of normal players just kept Dunsparce in their deck, while some players cut it for Birdkeeper or other tech cards. So I think they just like couldn't really. If they got to top tables, I mean, Vikavolt has a great matchup going into Lugia with no Dunsparce, right?
Yeah.
Like they just couldn't get there, I guess.
Yeah, because the Vikavolt that was in top 16 ran Path, no Aerodactyl.
It was the path build, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
No,
two
Husbani
Path-
was running Arrow.
Yeah, but
Husbani also hit 3 Gudra.
Yeah, he hit the same Gudra twice.
He beat it day 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
there was 3 Vikavolts in day 2 though,
There was, yeah.
and only one Palkia.
What's the 48% Lugia? I think was
Yeah.
day 2.
Yeah.
The it was 47% Lugia, day 2.
Yeah.
19% Lost Zone, 9% Mew, 6% Regis. The rest are not super important, but Eldegoss control, Vikavolt, some weird Arceus variant.
It's the same, bro.
Yeah,
all the same.
it's like exactly the same. This meta is starting to get stale quickly.
I enjoy it still. I don't have a problem with it personally.
I don't necessarily have a problem with it. It's just stale.
I mean, if it's all predictable, like the same, like say what you want, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the meta going into every tournament, so like
Yeah, you know
Feels
what the
yours.
most popular deck's gonna be.
yeah, literally.
Yeah, definitely. And with that being said, is there anything else that you want to say about Australia? Any notable? No, that's not a word. Notable mentions that you would like to mention throughout the trip. Doesn't even have to be Pokemon related. Just anything cool.
Yeah, I think that the venue this OCIC was pretty small. Like, so we had tables. The tables there were four games going at each table. So
We're
like
packed, dude.
it was pretty packed. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
There were 4 games
Oh.
going on at each table.
Yes, they had four games going on at every table. So like if you sat in between tables, that was like the best seat in the house,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty bad. When someone would be on stream at top tables, then we would all shift down a little to create room for each other. But yeah, it was definitely rough mats, overlapping and stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
But-
That's
Isn't this like the biggest OCIC too?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, it was like
player-wise.
530.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was the smallest venue.
That's crazy. If that is all, we can move on to predictions for Knoxville. Talk about that.
I think we already
event.
covered that, bro. Same
I
shit.
mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, it's the same shit, but it's. There could be some variety. Man, I cannot talk today. But what do you think's gonna win Knoxville?
I think Lugia's gonna win Knoxville.
Yeah.
You think
I think
who
it's
d-
gonna be Lugia.
you think it's gonna be you playing Lugia?
Hopefully it's gonna be me, but I doubt it. I doubt it.
Another top 8 under the belt. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, but I definitely think it's gonna be Lugia. I mean, just so many people play it.
Yeah.
And
When
they
it's
know
all
how
the
to
top
play it, too.
players, yeah.
Yeah. When all the top players are playing Lugia, I mean, only one really group just stays on Lost Box.
Yeah.
But the rest of the top players play Lugia, and then So usually I'll end up winning.
Well, like it's always your guys' group like that does the best with it. So like
It's always
It's
like
probably gonna be the
it's
same.
always like your guys' group like tears all the way through, and then you guys get to top 8, and then someone gets stopped at second place.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
literally.
never win a final stream match.
no,
Cannot win a
your
final
whole
stream.
your whole group can't win a final
Uh.
stream match. It's just like a curse. But yeah, I think Lugia. I mean, overall, Lugia will probably just win. But do you think that with Azul winning, we'll see a lot more of the Sky Sealstone, and do you think that could possibly affect the way Lugia gets played going forward?
Yeah, so I don't think it really affects Lugia's list, really. I mean, it's just a different Lost Box version, you know? I mean, you just have to know when to not evolve your V-Star sometimes, because that's the only way they can take the extra prize. Also, having Dunsparce in your deck helps because it can stop their Zero Aura for a turn, and other stuff like that, but yeah, I think the matchup's, like, overall fine for Lugia. Like, if I didn't throw, game 1 would have been over, and then who knows what happens game 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would be more scared of probably Palkia than anything else going into next event.
You think?
Because I don't think many people will keep Bird Keeper in their list.
Yeah.
After Palkia doing horrible at OCIC. So I think it'll get cut, and maybe a Palkia does do really well since no keeper should be played.
Yeah, that's
Joe, you got excited there for a second.
no. I am
You heard
not.
Palkia, bro. When you
dude,
heard Palkia, bro.
Listen, I am not playing
Yeah.
Palkia. That deck does not draw hands that are playable. It's an unplayable deck unless it's in the hands of Ian Robb. All right,
True,
there's
true.
literally no way that deck can be played unless it is in Ian Robb's hand. So throughout testing, I have decided that I am not playing Palkia to Knoxville. It is the in my opinion, worst deck that could be played. I went to little off topic, but I went to a like a win a Switch tournament this weekend because I was bored, and I played Palkia. And round 1, this is the stupidest thing I've ever had to say in my life. I played against Lugia that was running 2 Sharon's Care, a Bird Keeper, and a Wind Up Arm.
Wind up R.
You even know what that?
what
Do you even
that
know?
card does.
It
I don't
says
think
if it's
so.
attached
you
to
can attack your
Lugia.
paralysis. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's attached to any Pokemon, it can attack if it's paralyzed. So they
Bro.
they evolved, and like I was like, okay, cool. I was like, Articuno paralyzed, and they go Irida for Wind Up Arm,
Yeah.
and I picked up my cards. I was like, there's no chance. There's like no way. But there was like Sharon's Cares in there. There was still Bird Keeper in there. They were running Path and Regigigas. It was nuts. And then I hit 3 Reggies like back to back, and I just ice queued them, and then they scooped like 20 seconds into all the games. And then I lost every single game that wasn't against Reggies and still made top 8.
Bro, the wind up arm tech's better than Bird Keeper, I swear to God.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
they just
if you're already on an Iridon, might as well
Shit.
throw it in, right?
Yeah.
yeah, you're running Irida, and then you're also gonna run the shopping mall, right? So you go run the shopping
Oh
mall,
my
so that way,
God, dude.
if it gets bossed, you just go shopping court, attach it to the other Pokemon. No, Palkia is bad, but Bird Keeper needs to be in Lugia. But yeah, I think overall, Knoxville will just end up being the same. So there's not much to talk about there.
Yeah,
There-
I think the format's pretty figured out, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
no real new deck should come out. Nothing
Oh.
should really change.
yeah,
It's fine.
yeah. Looking through this,
Okay with that.
yeah, there's not much else. Yveltal Control saw a little bit more play at this event. Like
I
the
wish the Lugia Eviltal got top 8. That would have been so good.
did it? Wait, there was a Lugia.
I wish it did. I wish it did.
Was it in day 2?
Yeah, he
yeah,
got.
he started 8-1.
yeah,
he
he was first seed, yeah.
Yeah, he was seed 1.
Wait.
Yeah.
What was his
You know,
name?
yeah, he started off really, really good.
What was his
Yeah,
name?
he beat me at 6-0, so he was 7-0, and then he went 1-1 after that, 8-1 in the day 2.
He
and I'm
ran
pretty sure
3 of
down
them?
to-
Yeah, he got
3.
14th, yeah.
Why? Why did you run 3? What does that even do?
Lugia matchup, bro.
Yeah, Lugia matchup. I don't think that he used him for any other matchup.
Yeah,
He-
he used
he-
it for Fusion Mew.
No, bro. He also ran Sharon's Care.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played with Rams, yeah.
Two
He didn't play-
Roxanne's, yeah.
He didn't play Dunsparce though, right?
No, doesn't.
Yeah.
But he
yeah,
ran
I remember-
Drapion though.
He played no alternate attackers, just 4-4 Lugia
Yeah,
V-Star.
just 4-4 Lugian and no Dunsparce. He took the. I remember he hit Rahul and Rahul like 2-0'd him super fast because what can he attack with? Like he has Lugias that don't have a Dunsparce.
And
Doesn't
even
really do anything.
even tall can't even like one it dies, and two if you discard the energies, Gigas just brings it back. So it's like cool. His energy line was also super weird. He only ran 2 Aurora, but it was only used to be attacked.
So you could Aqua Return.
Yeah, so you could attack with
Luminion.
Luminion.
Yeah.
That is
Oh,
crazy.
you just Crive Destruction 3 times, get through a V-Star, and they're out of energy, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you just keep Luminion looping, right? They don't run the
Can do that too, yeah.
They don't run the Gardevoirs, so Luminion just not Gardevoir. I meant nobody's running Gardevoirs, so Luminion just like one shot stuff. So
Yeah, against Lost Box, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
that's what
I
their
guess,
strat
yeah,
is.
yeah.
I'm saying that this isn't running Gardevoirs, so if you're playing against the Lugia mirror, you just Luminion and it just kills the Yveltals.
No, you just Evil Taught 3 times and then kill a V-Star. They have like 2
Yeah.
energy left. They can't attack with anything.
Yeah, so that's what I tried to do actually. I tried to just Luminion loop. So he discarded my energies. I Bird Keeper, attacked with Luminion, and then he eventually just bossed like an Archeops, and then so I only had 1 on play. Then I was able to take another knockout, and that was game 2 since I was so far behind. But yeah, he still used Yveltal when he was ahead.
Did
Like,
you play him day
that's their
one?
game plan. Yeah, day one. Yeah, their game plan is just to always use Yveltal, even when he was ahead. He just discarded energies.
That's such
so sick, dude. That's so sick.
That's super cool. Super cool. What events are you going to, Reagan? Here up in the next couple months, are you going to everything pretty much?
Yeah, I should be because I mean I got the top 4 stipend to go to UIC, so I'll definitely be there. And I'm gonna go to Knoxville this weekend, and I'll be in Charlotte, and then I'm driving to Fort Wayne since I'll be at a friend's house.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like an hour out of Fort Wayne, so it's really not that
Nice,
far
nice,
from me. I think I might be going to Charlotte too. We will see. That is.
You're going to Charlotte, Joe. You're going to Charlotte.
Okay. But we. What the heck? Okay. So we do a little segment on this podcast where we talk about cards that would like to either be you would like to be either reprinted, that could either help or benefit the format in any way, shape, or form. So normally we each pick one, we talk about it. And so today I'm going to have you start and think about any card that you've ever played with. Think about a card that other than you're not allowed to say N. N is not allowed to be said.
Joe's first card is N. He's
I'm not
times.
yeah.
BTS.
And
Yeah.
Is reset sample out?
Reset stamp is I mean, if you want stamp
stamp's
back in
yeah.
format, you are more than
Yeah.
welcome to you're more than welcome to say reset stamp, right? But I don't know if we want reset stamp back in format.
Why not, bro?
I mean, most Lugian mirrors, go whoever goes first and then stacks a Serena on top of their deck with a Rangaroo usually just wins, right? Like,
Yeah.
a Rangaroo is just so good right now because not many Lugias really play Roxanne, not many decks play Roxanne, so being able to just stack whatever you want on top is pretty broken. So
Yeah.
Reset Stamp could definitely add some more like going second as Lugia you can win kind of factor into it. But I don't know how good it's also super good against Lost Box, obviously.
Yeah, Lost Box. Yeah, if they get down to like one, they would have to completely avoid going down to one prize card.
Yeah, they would have to play around it. Like they'd have to damage spread correctly. Yeah, it'd be stamp to 1 against Lost Box. What are they gonna really do?
Yeah.
You one time.
Yeah. Imagine like Lugia player, you go Raikou double Comfy stamp to 1. Like you go stamp to 1
Yeah.
Raikou double Comfy. Like what do? They just sit there, they go
You
pass.
shake your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, pass. Yeah, their Rangaroo sitting on their bench doing nothing.
yeah, about to whap down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that could actually probably benefit. I think the reason that it was so broken in the format that did it get banned in standard or did it rotate out and then get banned?
Rotated, got banned.
It rotated, got banned.
And it got banned because of Trevenant.
Smagius, Trevenant Dust Noir.
Yeah, yes, Trevor. Yeah, because it made it so your opponent couldn't play the game, right?
Yeah,
Like,
turn 1.
Turn 2.
Yeah,
yeah
turn
Stamp Night Watch. Yeah, you're fucking done, bro.
Yeah. You're working off top decks.
Yeah, because Night Watch looked at their hand, put 2 into the deck.
It didn't look at them. It just shuffled 2 random.
You just pick 2 cards. Yeah, you just pick 2 cards in your hand.
That's problematic. Yeah.
Yeah, you just snap them to 2, pick 2 cards, and move on.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
All right, John. What are we thinking for you?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think of any cards while I was gone. First one on my mind is Thunder Mountain because I'm a V-Volt stan.
You want Thunder Mountain back?
Paralyzing Bolt for 1, bro. Yes.
I don't think that would make the game any healthier.
No.
I think
I'm not going for healthy, bro. I said Broken Time Space last time. I want to go second with Lugia, turn 1 Summoning Star. Like, hell yeah. Shady Dealings, turn 1 Subspace 12 for 260.
Oh my god.
I want this game to die, bro. Yeah. Paralyzing Bolt for 1.
Dude. That is a terrible idea. We're gonna.
I don't see the problem, bro.
We're moving on. I'd say
you can't lost vacuum it either. Yeah.
Yeah. Steel Stone for Thunder Mountain turn 1, right?
Yeah, you can't lost vacuum it.
Yeah. Attach 1 electric energy. You're like
just attach a speed. Yeah. You're good.
The only way that it could get rid of it is
Kaboo or counter.
Yeah.
Wait, did Counter Stadiums bump it? Oh, that was Swell that wouldn't be. Swell wasn't bumped by.
Swell, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think that would be a terrible idea.
It would be, yes, 100%.
But I was actually thinking about this earlier. I think a card that could be really, really cool if it came back with... No, listen, hear me out. I'm skipping what you said because it's a stupid idea, John.
No, we were laughing at your fucking Discord, bro.
What?
Yeah, it froze out.
It didn't freeze for me, so that's all that matters. But I was thinking with rotation, Ditto Prism Star could be really, really good. If Ditto Prism Star came back, it would give access to a lot of different I love Ditto Prism Star.
It's just fifth LeChonk.
Ditto Prism Star is so cool. There was
Ditto was cool, yeah.
There was that Zoroark. Yeah, there was that Zoroark deck that ran 3 different evolutions.
Zoroark Checkmate.
Zoromate.
Yeah, but no basics to match any of them. It was
yeah, no, you just play the Naganadel shit. Yeah.
Yeah. You could run
Dugong Persian.
Dugong, yeah.
Persian, that, yeah.
Did you play against that, Regan? Yeah.
Yeah, I lost.
Yeah, Bradner,
yeah.
Wait, did you lose to Bradner in finals?
It's Brad.
Yeah, Bradner.
What event?
NAIC.
Yeah, wheezing, bro, wheezing.
Yeah, and then I lost to Bradner. Then I lost to Bradner's the kitty coaches the next NAIC. Arc Peekaboo.
Oh wait, does he coach? He actually coaches Rune. Okay.
He coaches Rune. Yeah.
That's super funny, man.
Awesome.
Well, I think I have ran out of things to talk about today.
Yeah, Joe. This is why I said we plan out topics, Joe.
Well,
all
right, okay. We're gonna try this because this is actually never planned. All right, Reagan,
do we want a slightly more controversial talking about?
Sure, throw it in the air.
It's
John, you never
penalties.
you never get to be in charge, John. So go ahead, you take over the rest of this episode.
I always just laugh and do chaotic evil.
Yeah,
so,
you just take over the rest of this
penalties.
episode.
No. This weekend was bad for penalties. This weekend was fucking horrible, dude.
Yeah,
Reagan knows firsthand. Yeah, with Rahul.
So what Rahul did was he asked, we got set up. We can't lay out our prize cards. I mulliganed, and we asked, can we set up prizes? They said no, wait. And just thinking about rules my mulligan. He didn't want to forget to take it, obviously. Mm-hmm. And then he got a DPL for it, and you can't refuse anymore to not take a DPL. You automatically get. I can't say no. I don't want a DPL.
Yeah.
You automatically get it. So
when did that change? Was that a recent thing?
I'm not sure when it changed exactly,
don't know.
But I know that's how it works now.
Azul tried to do the same thing.
Yeah,
his opponent.
You can't refuse a double prize or any penalty, for that matter, for your opponent. Okay. But yeah,
Rahul
definitely needs a change.
He got an unjustified, arguably DPL. Yeah. Then Azul's big thing of the weekend was the Drapion for 60. and not placing
Yep.
his 60 until midway through his opponent's turn and only getting a warning. If that, they just kind of let him go back to it.
Yeah, so he got extra info, obviously, like
Correct.
off
I mean, like,
prizes, off his opponent's
yeah,
playing.
like
Yeah, even
obviously
though
the
it didn't
60 was
affect the
supposed to go
game.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't really affect the game, but
Like obviously
but
it's Azul, so like he knows the 60 goes in the Oranguru.
mhm.
But it kind of brings up the idea of like favorites in the Pokemon, like as judges of like if it was anyone but Azul, would he have gotten a DPL? Which it should have been in hindsight. So like the idea of favorites and just penalties in general, like it needs to change. Just in my opinion, I think it was very unjustified this weekend. I think judges need more experience.
I mean, when you have such a large event growth, it's really hard to find people that don't want to play the game. Like you got to realize, like we've said this in the episode before, like there is no benefit to judging, like in any way, shape, or form. Like the people that judge do it solely because one, they're either parents of people who play already, or two, because they like the game. There's like no benefit to play because I mean to judge because they pay you, but overall it's not a lot. Like it's like I think it's like $60 a day. And you probably do a lot more than $60 worth of work in a day, and then a couple booster boxes, and they just kind of like do all that. So what difference does it make if you play or judge overall? So I think like the big problem is the people coming in are a lot less experienced, but the people leaving to go back to play the game are some of our most experienced judges, or they're just stopping judging in general because after COVID, they found other hobbies, you know? So I think the main problem is the quality of judges and also has slightly to do with the quantity of judges, especially with us having 3 different games now, whereas before we had video game and TCG. So it was a lot better and a lot easier to only judge 2 games than it is to judge 3
the
games.
judges only do one game each, right?
Well, you don't necessarily have to be so when you apply to be a judge, you apply to either be a general judge or, if I'm not mistaken, if you apply to be a general judge, they kind of just put you places like
Reagan, isn't your dad a judge?
My dad just does security for events,
Okay,
so he
okay.
doesn't actually have his professor's thing or whatever. He just works security. I'm not really sure how it works, but I do know like sometimes judges like go to Pokemon Go for the event. Sometimes they do side events. But yeah, so they put them wherever they're needed.
yeah. So it's
Like
not.
Joe, your mom did Pokemon Go.
Yeah, my mom did Pokemon Go, and it was her first ever event ever. She literally wasn't even a professor.
Okay. I think there should be like a certain qualification though. Like
Well, I mean,
obviously you have to like take a test or whatever, but like
She didn't.
imagine
she
if she tried to do TCG.
Yeah, but she didn't do she wasn't she was staff. She wasn't necessarily a judge. Like she wasn't like looking over the games, but like she walked into the building, offered help, they took her help because they were so low on staff. They put her on stream. So she was basically the person that took the people off streams and took pictures with them and guided them to the room where they did their interview and stuff like that. So if you were at Arlington and a lady walked you back, that was my mother. So or my stepmother. But yeah, so I think that there is definitely room for change, and we've talked about this before, but you can throw your opinion in here, Reagan, because we talk about it every episode. We're not going to let John talk about this because he'll get mad. We're
What?
talking about prizing. All
Oh
right.
hell yeah.
Okay. Okay, Reagan, what do you personally think they should do about prizing, or do you think that it is fine?
They definitely obviously need to add more pricing to the game, like $250 for top 32 at a 1,500 person event. Like it's
Joe.
yeah, there's definitely an issue with that. Because I mean IC pricing I think is fine. I think IC pricing is pretty fair. But regional pricing definitely needs an addition. Like we had 500 players at OCIC, and top 30, top 64 got money, I think.
$500, yeah.
Yeah. And then at a regional we have 1,500, and top 64 gets 18 packs. Like it's definitely needs more balance in that way.
Yeah, I saw that video of Chris Franco from Orlando. I don't know. Did you see that video where he got the 18 packs and as soon as he walked away, he chucked all of his packs on the floor? Did you see that video?
No, I need to.
Dude, yeah, if you look at Chris Franco's Twitter, I was standing right behind him, and I look over at him and Bart Musser are walking out of the building, and he goes, "Hold on, wait a minute." He pulls out his phone, takes his packs, and throws them on the floor, and then picks them up and walks away. That's all I said. I watched the video later, and it was like, imagine going 10-3-2 or whatever, and getting 18 packs. And I was like, couldn't be me, but I went 10-3-2 and got $250. But
Yeah, right. Big
but,
difference there.
Yeah. But I definitely think that there is a pretty bad differential when it comes to pricing. John, do you have any more topics to talk about?
I mean, well, I don't know. You said I couldn't talk, so no.
No. You're allowed to talk now. You can talk.
No. Fuck that.
You can talk. No. John, I need you to make more topics right now.
It's Joe begging for the time to be extended.
This episode was super unplanned.
You really do not want like another. So this is why I said we need to plan shit out, bro.
Bro, we didn't have time. But
Busy, bro.
always
I literally
busy.
messaged you 2 hours ago. You couldn't come up with shit in 2 hours.
I was busy.
Good for you. I don't know.
This could be a short episode. I really don't mind. But is there anything else that you want to talk about at all, Reagan? Anything that you want to say? Anything at all?
I think we covered most of it. We covered meta for next event. Covered the meta for the last event. Like what decks fell off, like Palkia, Vikavolt did pretty bad. What else? Also, I think that Lugia with Pikachu really can't be played. That deck's definitely not as good as just straight
Evan
Lugia.
can't watch this episode now. Evan cannot watch.
Yeah, that deck's definitely just weaker than Lugia. But I think that the general standard now is definitely just going to be like 1 to 2 vacuum and Irida, 1 or 2 choice belt kind of thing, and that's just like where Lugia lists are going to be for a while until rotation.
No, for sure. Do you have anybody you want to shout out? Anybody that you would like to,
Just my coach Isaiah Bradner. That's about
it?
it.
You don't want to shout out Rahul for absolutely bodying him on stream?
Yeah,
thanks for the DPL, bro.
Right?
Thanks for the 2 prizes.
Yeah, but they definitely do need to fix stream penalties. Like it's not, because obviously the prizes should have been laid out by then. In a normal match, we would have just laid out our prizes and everything would have been good. So they definitely do need to fix stream penalties.
No, for sure. All right. I guess we're gonna make this episode a little shorter today. But thank you guys for all popping by. If you guys have any suggestions or anything like that, just let us know in the comments. And thanks again, Reagan, for coming by and being part of this. Congratulations on getting second. Next time win. I'm just kidding.
One of you has to close eventually, bro.
Yeah, next time don't promote Stoutland.
Yeah, next time do not promote Stoutland.
If you took anything away from this episode,
anything at all. But if you did enjoy this video, please let us know with either a like or giving us a subscribe on either the YouTube or a follow on Spotify. We really appreciate all of you, and we hope you have a great night.